another installment of Monday Night Raw. Most likely not going to be uploaded on a Monday. But anyway, here we go. We're just a couple of weeks away from the Night of Champions pay-per-view. And well, last week was pretty eventful. Of course, WWE Champion Randy Orton delivering an RKO to, of course, well, I guess you could say challenger John Cena. Of course, at the Bash, we had an interesting turn of events here in Raw. We shall get some answers from all of those, including the Chris Jericho and Miz ordeal. As ladies and gentlemen, Chris Jericho, he is in the ring right now, and he has something to say. And well, here we go. So now Jericho in the ring, giving in his thoughts, of course, in the latest installment of WWE Superstars. Chris Jericho, after his match with Primo, after his victory against Primo, Miz did attack him. Don't really know why, but Jericho giving in his thoughts. And well, there's Jericho. You know, trying to give this crowd some laughs, but we all know Jericho deep down inside, he has to be mad after the attack from Miz at Superstars. And now saying, of course, the creation of Miz. It was exciting for a while. They did hold the tag team titles for a while, of course, until, well, last week where Hart Dynasty won. Along the way, there will be a bumpy road as the two egos of Miz and Jericho end up being too big. Well, that's very accurate. Both Miz and Jericho, very egotistical. And now Jericho here. Well, listen up his accomplishments. I see a Stone Cold and The Rock one right there. And well, Jericho saying, "You never attack the sexy beast, Chris Y2J Jericho." Some well placed words here by Y2J here tonight. You can tell he's fired up after that attack. And oh, there you go. At Night of Champions, Jericho and Miz, can it happen? And well, there you go. The final statement to end off here tonight for Jericho, I guess. At Night of Champions, will it happen? And well, on to a separate matter here on Raw, as of course, well, number one contender for WWE Championship, John Cena. He's going to face the King of Kings, the Game, Triple H, in our main event. That is going to be one hell of a contest, Triple H. And a couple others here on Raw, including Batista, Edge, Shawn Michaels. They've been not really on much into the radar. Of course, Batista, he's had a shot at the WWE title a couple months back at Backlash, Extreme Rules. A couple months ago as well, it was Edge. And both Edge and Batista have fallen to Randy Orton. And, well, the previous one to actually fall to Randy Orton has been, well, John Cena, of course, at the Bash 2 weeks back, losing to Randy Orton. And, well, after the matchup, of course, we had the whole new Cena Alliance, Crime Time and Crime Time and Secret Jackson. Of course, JHG was on SmackDown. Secret Jackson and Shad were on ECW. And well, of course, we had previously the death of ECW, and then they came out of Raw, helped out Cena to attack Orton after Cena's loss at the Bash, and of course, the night after, aka a week ago, in Raw, we had them state their whole claim that they're going to dominate the Raw brand. And well, we had a couple interesting stuff happen last week. Of course, the JHG and Sheamus thing, where Secret Jackson helped out JHG, so Sheamus won by disqualification via the steel chair shot to the head. And then, of course, Jackson and JHG is basically mugged. They attacked Sheamus after a match. Sheamus, the nice champion, I'm sure he's not too happy about that. Well, Randy Orton kind of got the one-up on John Cena, of course, last week after Cena's matchup against Santino, where Santino mocked him. Not a smart move by Santino, but hey, it was funny for the time being. Orton, of course, did hit the RKO to John Cena after the match. So Randy Orton with the one-up on John Cena. And well, shall see what happens in the next couple weeks, including later on tonight on Raw, the main event. I'm going to assume Randy Orton's going to be watching very closely. As well, at Night of Champions, it seems it's going to have to be Orton and Cena. There's no one else that could actually really challenge Orton. Cena has his rematch clause, and unless there's going to be a number one contenders ordeal happening, I really have no idea what's going to happen. But yeah, so far it's looking like it's going to be Cena. Either way, should be a good contest, but definitely got to think Crime Time and Secret Jackson are going to be looking to just help out Cena, of course, and attack Orton. Well, anyway, kicking things off here in Dallas, Texas for this edition of Raw. Divas action. And well, the former Divas champion, Melina, of course, losing that title previously a couple weeks back at the Bash in the triple threat against Gail Kim and Natalya. Natalya was the one who won the title. Yeah, well, Natalya now, she is the third ever Divas champion here in the history of the Summers. The first one being Melina herself, second one being Gail Kim, third one being Melina once again. Well, To be fair, that doesn't really count. But yeah, Melina, she is the only two-time Divas champion here in Universe mode. The only other three Divas here on Raw to not win the Divas title so far have been the Bella Twins, both Nikki and Brie, and of course Eve Torres. So those three Divas have not won the title just yet. Now Melina here has her. Gonna look for a quick victory here. One. Nope, only a one count there. Had her crown wrapped up the legs. Was looking for a quick victory. Gets a kick to connect. Nicely done right there by the former two-time Divas champion Melina. Both reigns. Well, the first one lasted longer than the second one. Second one only lasted like 2 weeks after defeating Gail Kim's 2-week title run itself. So there you go. And now Melina once again, her crown of the legs once more. Natalya, she's been caught off guard here, but she's been able to kick out one on both attempts. And now Natalya here has the armor from Melina. Definitely got to think all the other Divas are watching backstage intently. They want a shot at Natalya's Divas Championship. And well, there's a non-title contest here, but Melina, she still has her rematch clause for the Divas Championship. Gail Kim's rematch clause was used in the triple threat. And of course, Natalya got there by defeating Gail Kim when she was Divas Champion the week before Melina defeated her for that title. So that's how Natalya got installed, by getting a non-title win. So there you go. Now Melina, this is not her rematch clause, but she still has one, but it's non-title. So things could then get confusing. But hey, we'll find a way to figure it out. Anyway, now Melina's side headlock here. And now elbow does not connect, and Natalya would sidestep it. And now Melina here going to take her down. Nicely done, using her legs to her advantage. So Melina, definitely got to think she's the most successful Diva here in Universe mode. Raw and SmackDown wise, of course. Two-time Divas champion. The only other two-time champion in this Universe mode has been Sheamus, being a two-time United States champion. Of course. But yeah, it's pretty much just been Melina and Sheamus, the only ones being two-time champions, so they've been awfully successful here in Universe mode, winning same title. And not to mention, winning it shortly after losing it, and give or take about a week or two after. Melina won the title 2 weeks after losing it. Sheamus won the title only a week after losing R-Truth in the US Open Challenge. Truth held one of his own. Sheamus answered it. Sheamus won the title back. So Truth, technically, in the record books, he is a United States champion only for 7 days, however. And I believe that was probably the second week of Raw after the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. And we now continue on in this match here. Melina go behind, gets a drop hit to connect. Natalya does not go down, but probably does stun her for a time being. But Natalya, nice strike right there. Go behind her own this time. Has Melina up, and a back suplex to the former two-time Divas champion. And probably the best woman here in Universe mode so far, in Raw and SmackDown alike. And we now, nice strike right there by Natalya. Couple hard-hitting blows. And well, on multiple occasions, she's gotten victories with that sharpshooter. The sharpshooter at this point has to be one of the most devastating moves in Universe mode, because every time Natalya's used it, it's gotten her victories. Well, at least majority of the time, I should say. And we now here, elbows nicely placed right there by Melina. Yeah, we'll get out of it, and now gonna send Natalya well into a ring apron here. This spells trouble for one of them at least, and that one's actually gonna be Melina. Natalya just yanking down the top rope, and Melina's just gonna fall to the outside right there. Well, did say it's gonna be trouble for one of them. Upon first glance, you'd think it'll be trouble for Natalya, but no, Natalya would just put the rope down, and Melina's momentum will be put against her. She gets sent to the outside, gets a kick to connect. Not much though. Better connection that time though. Natalya now refaced, and now, well, there goes Melina into the steel steps. The unforgiven steel steps. And Natalya back inside the ring. Melina also back inside the ring. Natalya pretty happy about that. Nicely done on her part, to be fair. Pretty good contest between these two women so far. At this point, they have to be probably the two best women here in the Raw brand. Of course, Melina definitely, and then second place would either be Natalya or, of course, Gail Kim. Well, because they've both held the deals. Natalya, see right there, Melina. Just going to send Natalya's face onto a mat right there. Natalya not too phased after that, though. Just going to spring back up. Misses the uppercut there. Melina able to answer back with a strike for and then close on right there by the Divas champion. Almost taking Melina's head off of that one. Nicely placed, and now has her here. Melina going to reverse it. Side Russian leg sweep. Back and forth contest between these two women. Definitely got to enjoy this type of action here. Well, wait, kick us off here on Raw. Of course, the main event, John Cena and Triple H. Triple H's latest matchup, I believe, was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, where he faced off against Edge. Edge actually got the victory. It was more really of a power rankings type match to see who could get higher up in the rankings here on Raw, to see who could get more momentum. Because to be fair, Shawn Michaels, Edge, Triple H, Batista, not really doing anything. Of course, Michaels after that title matchup against Orton a couple weeks before the Bash, after Michaels defeated Orton at one point weeks before Extreme Rules on non-title contest. So yeah, Michaels not doing anything after that. Batista, of course, at one point was aiming after Orton's 30 title. Now he's just slumped down. After the Extreme Rules loss. And, well, a whole lot of stuff has happened. It's like once you lose to Randy Orton, once you do not win the WWE title, you just go down the power rankings as Natalya gets sent to the outside off of a clubbing blow right to the chest by Melina. And now Melina taunting away. She's happy after that one. But, yes, once you just lose to Randy Orton, it's like there's none else better to do at this point. Of course, the Raw roster is insanely stacked, and you'd think more people would like, well, John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Edge. They'll just be showcased all over the place. Chris Jericho, Miz as well. But no, let's see right now. Melina here, victory roll. Gonna try to steal one here. And no, very close, 2 count. I was getting ready to say 3 right there, but no, Natalya kicking out at basically 2.5 right there. Natalya being catched off guard with that one on multiple occasions, but that one more than the others. And now here we go. Oh, gets caught. Well, powerbomb. Perhaps was looking for her Chrono, but no. Melina gets caught with a powerbomb. She's bringing back up though. We all know that one's got her hurt, but just pure adrenaline is helping Melina get through that one. And now another one of those weird kicks able to connect, and Natalya able to get that sideways double axe handle right to the chest. And now here we go. Natalya gonna wear down the leg. Definitely got to think she's thinking for a sharpshooter for later on. And now Melina's dazed here, and forward side Russian leg sweep, I guess you could say that. Natalya doing pretty well for herself here, but never mind. Jawbuster right there. And now Melina trying to get back into this contest after that devastating powerbomb dropkick. Not gonna be able to take Natalya off her feet. I see right there, Natalya was ready and gets her with a hip toss. And now a triangle chokehold right there, and elbow right to the head, perfectly placed. Whoa, way to kick us off in Raw. The main event should be good as well, and well, hopefully later on tonight we shall get an answer from The Miz, and whether or not he's going to accept Chris Jericho's challenge at Night of Champions. Of course, at Night of Champions, just like every other pay-per-view in Nearest Mode, every championship will be defended. Just another thing, here's my question. Where would Jericho and Miz, if Miz does accept, where would that fit into the card? Because that means, well, we've only got so many spots for matches at pay-per-views, but we shall see what happens. There we shall see our management, whether it's Raw or SmackDown, if they're going to take away one other scheduled title match or whatever. I have no idea, but we shall see what should happen there. Of course, upon normal circumstances, it'll be the ECW title being there as well. But no, of course, the Hardcore title has been reinstated by Zack Ryder, and which were Kofi Kingston is actually the new Hardcore champion, defending him in the latest episode of SmackDown in the backstage brawl for the Hardcore title. So Kofi actually is Hardcore champion now. Not sure if he's here tonight at Raw or not. If he's not, then smart move. Be able to keep that 24/7 rule in check and be able to keep that Hardcore title for a little longer. Of course, Raw Superstars co-op here on SmackDown. SmackDown Superstars co-op here on Raw when you are the Hardcore champion or when you are in a tag team. At this point, I believe Raw has... SmackDown has no tag teams, to be fair. I believe Raw has every tag team. Raw has Crime Time, if you really want to count them as a tag team at this point. Well, they've gone back together, of course, now with Ezekiel Jackson and John Cena. Of course, we no longer have Jeremy, but we still have John Morrison and R-Truth as a tag team. They've had a couple singles matches against other people, such as Sheamus and stuff. Haven't really been all that successful, but yeah. And, well, Flair and Kossoff, Santino were a tag team at one point, but of course, that's a whole different story. It's now Melina, the victory roll here, and almost got it. Another very close 2 count. Of course, a couple weeks back, I believe the first episode of Raw after Extreme Rules, we did have, well, Glamour Kossoff and Santino lose to the Hart Dynasty in the number 1 contenders tag title match before the Hart Dynasty became the tag team champions, of course. And, well, after a match, Santino, well, he just lost it in quick fashion. And, well, a couple minutes after the match, he decided to go down to the ring to cut a promo, basically apologizing to Kossoff. He wanted everyone of the fans and Kossoff to know that he was sorry, I guess. Well, at least that was supposed to happen. Well, I was told at least. Until, of course, Kossoff attacked him from behind, along with William Regal. So Regal and Kossoff they have reinstated the Ruthless Roundtable. And of course, Ezekiel Jackson here on Raw as well, no longer needs CW and very close to a count. But Jackson, I don't think he's going to go back to joining Regal and Kozlov anytime soon. Because, of course, Jackson's doing his own thing, helping out Crime Time and John Cena. And, well, Jackson's probably in the nicest title picture if you ask me now. After what happened after the events of last week, of course. So, yeah. Whole lot of interesting stuff happening here. Cena in the WWE title picture. Crime Time perhaps going to try to get into the Unified Tag title picture against the Hart Dynasty. We shall see on how that develops in the next couple weeks. Maybe even something could happen later on tonight. We have no idea. And of course, Ezekiel Jackson attacking Sheamus last week, sending a statement to the United States Champion. So yeah, Sheamus wasn't all that liked before, but maybe, just maybe, the fans will start getting behind him now, because at this point, there's a bigger threat, and that's the whole new John Cena stable. Cena's lackeys, as I like to call them. They really have no name at this point. There we go, camel clutch here. Natalya struggling in this one. Melina, can she make her tap out here? The Divas champion Natalya is actually going to tap out. Melina just able to wear her down enough in this matchup. And, well, she wins this one. Big victory for the former two-time Divas champion. If this was Melina's rematch clause matchup, then she would be now a three-time Divas champion. So, for some reason, this was not her rematch clause, but yeah. Well, if she didn't prove that she deserved it with her just already having a rematch clause, she definitely has proved that she deserves her rematch clause match here tonight by pinning Natalya. Of course, you pin the champion on a non-title contest, so you get a title shot. But Melina had her rematch clause anyway. But, well, I guess it's just more fuel to the fire before Melina could challenge for that title in the future. Big victory for her here tonight on Raw. But now we move on to, well, something that should get a little interesting here. As Primo, of course, well, he tried to attack Zack Ryder last week on Raw when Ryder reinstated the Hardcore title back into the WWE. And, well, Ryder had a 24/7 title defense rule come back to the Hardcore title, of course. First one to try at the title was Primo himself almost immediately after Ryder made the announcement. And Primo, he got punched off the stage. Ryder swantoned him shortly after, which, if you ask me, was a little too much. But yeah, Primo not looking too good last week. The embarrassment against Ryder, and of course on Superstars, the loss to Jericho, which was of course followed by the Miz attacking Jericho. But anyway, Primo, we feel sorry for him as he's going to face off against this man, Big Zeke, Ezekiel Jackson. Of course, now being formed with Shad, JTG, and John Cena. However, well, don't see none of them come out to the ring with him, however. Of course, we had the whole attack by Jackson on Sheamus last week. After Jackson in the promo last week, of course, to kick things off on Raw, he did say how he's going to be looking to challenge Sheamus for the United States Championship. And he said he was going to challenge, well, later on that night in the U.S. Open Challenge. Word for word, he did say that, of course. And, well, what happened was it ended up being Sheamus defending it against JTG and not Jackson. And then what was followed was, of course, a steel chair shot. A steel chair given in the first place. Jackson ran down to the ring, gave JTG a steel chair. JTG used it to his advantage, hit Sheamus across the head. Also, disqualification, so Sheamus retained by disqualification, of course. And, well, the rest is history. As well, Jackson and JTG they just beat up Sheamus on the outside. And that was pretty much it. So, yeah, Jackson did call it mind games, as a graphic of him and the word mind games did appear shortly after, somewhere along the lines of the attack. So, yeah, it's a little confusing, to be fair, but, well, JG actually did do pretty well for himself against Sheamus. But that's a whole different story. Jackson, bottom line, did provoke the United States ship. As you see right now, Primo, he's having a pretty good performance, if you ask me. Off the gate here, he's going to have to use a speed advantage against the big man, Big Zeke. And now, of course, it did say Ezekiel Jackson. Not too sure if he's going to join the Ruthless Roundtable or not. Of course, William Regal and Koslov. Now, I guess the Ruthless Roundtable is back. Hadn't even seen them in tag team action at all, to be fair. But, yeah, they are back. Poor Santino does not have tag partner. I don't think Jackson, now that he's back on Raw, I don't think that he's going to necessarily get along with his old two buddies so long, because now he's got 3 newer ones, and to be fair, 3 more ones, one of them being John Cena, which easily topples, no offense, but easily topples Regal and Kostoff. Although Regal, highly respected veteran, but you know, it's Cena, so yeah. But anyway, enough of the talking as we now continue on in this matchup here. Well, Primo, he was doing pretty well for himself, but now I think he's provoked Ezekiel Jackson. So now Jackson has him here. What the hell? Just showing off his strength. Nice power slam right there on the part of Ezekiel Jackson. And well, JTG, Shad, Cena, not one of them here are, well, they're not at ringside. They're not helping out Jackson here so far. Won't be surprised if towards the end of the matchup they actually do just run out here or something like that. Wouldn't be really too surprised if that was to happen, but I have no idea. Jackson, to be fair, he's well more than capable on getting things done by himself, especially since when one of your opponents is Primo. No offense, but it's Primo. Anyway, now gonna get launched. SSC right there. Nicely done by Jackson. Primo spring back up though. Maybe if Primo could actually defeat Jackson here tonight, it'll be a major upset. Of course it would be, but I highly doubt that's gonna happen anytime soon. Well, at least not here tonight in Dallas. And now Jackson here gonna send Primo off the ropes. And now, well, Jackson now the catch from Primo was a little too fast for him. And now Primo here. Can this be it? Primo gonna try to keep Jackson. Well, he's gonna try to keep him off his feet. Gonna have to try to take him down. Oh, but never mind. Well, a shoulder tackle right there. But Jackson gets right in the eyes. Primo now gonna have to take out the vision of the big man. This could actually be working out pretty well for Primo. He just needs to keep it up at this point. And now gonna send back Jackson back inside the ring. And well, if you ask me, I probably think Primo's best bet maybe could be a count-out victory. Of course, wear down the eyes, wear down the legs. To see where they're nicely done. Right there, the missile drop kick right to the face. But I don't really agree with Primo bringing Jackson back inside the ring that much. I like to think, well, kick him to the outside, do something. And maybe this could actually be it. And Primo gonna have to look for that count-out victory. The spin heel kick right there. And now Primo just lie and wait. Just lie and wait. Hope you get lucky, but no, or not. Primo, if you ask me, he's doing pretty well for himself, but I think he could be doing better if he just takes my advice. But now Jackson is standing in the ring, and Jackson doesn't look too impressed, but Primo, he's impressing every single one of us, including me, and Tornado DDT. Or Tilt-A-Whirl DDT. Anyway, now here, Primo now. Nice strike right there. Jackson being stunned here. I don't think Jackson was expecting this much from Primo. And now all misses the kick. Oh, well, Primo falling face first into the mat, and Jackson now has his opening. Won't be surprised if this is going to be it. Primo, it was nice knowing you. To the outside he goes. The strength of Jackson, almost sending Primo more than halfway across, right to a midpoint, or like right to a starting point of the ramp, of course. And Primo, oh, he is hurt. Jackson, he's not hurt at all. After all the damage Primo did, it's not really affecting Jackson all that much. Well, it was impressive. Jackson just taunting away. He's not hurt. Well, Primo just got sent to the outside, and he's already holding on to his abdomen. But now Primo here, once again, going to try to make believers out of all of us here. Imagine if Primo could do it. Imagine if he could do it. Well, a major upset could probably be the biggest upset here in Eurosmode history so far. Anyway, now here, Primo now taking control of the hands here, joint manipulation, and it works to be able to deliver the arm drag shortly after. This could actually fully be it. Primo just needs to stay on him, as I said multiple times, but that close line could be the beginning of the end. And now I probably said that multiple times as well, but I probably mean it this time, because now Jackson off of that one, working on the arm. Okay, then Primo just gets splat onto the mat, and he's dazed. Oh, misses the strike. Primo now gonna send Jackson off the ropes, and Primo has him perfectly. Oh my God, gets caught. Same thing we saw between Melina and Natalya earlier. Primo just got caught into a powerbomb, and that's it. Wow. Jackson didn't do all that well in that matchup, if you ask me. Primo was so close to an upset. He really was. But Jackson, that powerbomb, that devastating powerbomb, we saw that earlier in the Melina and Natalya matchup minutes ago. But for this one, it's going to end it. That devastating powerbomb, that was nasty. A nasty landing for Primo. The back of his head, the back of his head. nasty. Splat on the mat. Primo is hurting, and Jackson telling the boy he didn't need Cena, he didn't need Chad, he didn't need JHG by his corner. Just pure domination to, of course, quote his theme song. He's happy after that one, although if you ask me, Primo was so close to getting that 1, 2, 3. And anyway, Jackson now on, about to exit the ring. Rightfully so. Now what the hell, Sheamus? I don't know, the United States champion knocking him down. Sheamus, I guess, came from the crowd. He definitely didn't come from the ramp. And now, Sheamus, the United States champion, getting retribution on Jackson. So maybe Cena and Crime Time should have been here. Maybe they should have been at ringside, because this probably wouldn't have happened. And now the United States champion, Sheamus here. Send him up. Can this be it? The Brogue kick. It connects. Brogue connects. And Sheamus' job is done. Jackson, he's just, well, lights out for him, I guess. Of course, last week, the attack by Jackson and JGG onto Sheamus after Sheamus' match. And here tonight, Sheamus retaliates by attacking Ezekiel Jackson. Jackson's still knocked out in the middle of the ring, and Sheamus, the United States champion, turning away the U.S. champion. Major laughed here tonight. And well, you know, no surprise, Sheamus Jackson announced for a night of champions, along with Melina and Natalya for the Divas Championship. And whoa, this one was also seen coming a mile away. Randy Orton and John Cena. 3 matches just like that announced for the Night of Champions pay-per-view. Man, it's looking like a good pay-per-view so far. The Bash was a good one. Maybe this one could top it. Anyway, we need to now go backstage as The Miz. He's going to be interviewed. We're definitely going to have to get an answer. And now here we go. We've been waiting a couple minutes for this. Todd Grisham with The Miz backstage. Todd, well, he's going to do his job. The job he's great at. And now here we go. And Miz surprisingly enough agreeing with Jericho. Their egos were too big. Well, their tag team lasted a while. Not too long. And there we go. The Miz taunting away. He's The Miz and he's awesome. And he's going to face off against Chris Jericho, Night of Champions. Short but sweet right there by Miz. It's like he has some place to be or whatever. Whatever. Bottom line, Miz accepts the challenge. And oh man, we got another matchup set for Night of Champions. And there you go. As we heard from The Miz, in the matter of seconds, another match has been had. The Miz and Chris Jericho, former tag team partners, former unified tag team champions, will be set to go in action one-on-one at Night of Champions. So Jericho's wishes have indeed been answered. As see now, Miz, he is actually scheduled for a matchup up here. So, probably why he actually wrapped that one up quickly, seeing like where he plans to wrap up this matchup here tonight with R-Truth up very quickly. And Miz, as cocky as always, as egotistical as always, Jericho, of course, he wanted the matchup, and he's got not even 2 weeks. We are 2 weeks in, actually. And actually 2 more episodes overall away onto Night of Champions. And just that, we already got 4 matches have been announced for the Raw side. SmackDown side haven't even been announced at all, but I'm pretty sure we got a good idea for at least 2 of them. And John Cena and Randy Orton, the WWE Championship, as to be expected. So that'll be Cena's marriage clause. So there you go. The Divas Championship, Melina and Natalya. This time Natalya will be on the line. Melina, big momentum off of that victory. Not to mention her marriage clause will be used at Night of Champions. So those two, definitely looking forward for them to pull on another great matchup. And of course, Miz and Jericho. And a hard-hitting contest, Ezekiel Jackson and Sheamus for the United States Championship. So there you go. 2 of the 4 members of John Cena's, new group. Just going to keep calling them Cena's lackeys, because that's what they are. They're basically his bodyguards. They're basically going to help him. I won't be surprised if one of them, if not all of them, help him out to win against Randy Orton, the WWE Champion, at Night of Champions. But then again, Orton could persevere. Orton at the Bash defeated Cena, but that was before Cena's new group even debuted in the first place. Of course, they attacked Orton after the match. Anyway, R-Truth, former United States champion, held it for a week. Of course, weeks back to set up for, the Bash. We did have, the episode of Raw, or the second episode of Raw after Extreme Rules, I should say. Sheamus open challenge. Did he win? No, he lost. R-Truth answered. Truth won. And then the week after, when Truth held United States Championship Open Challenge of his own, Sheamus, he won it back. So Truth, he is a United States Champion. he only held it for 7 days. Well, Miz, they held the Unified Tag Team titles for a while. I need to check back on history for that. Of course, Hart Dynasty now hold it. Truth looking for a big victory here tonight against The Miz. Could definitely derail The Miz's momentum for his matchup that is now, of course, going to be at Night Champions against Chris Jericho. Well, Truth heading into this matchup, his record here, I don't really mention these records all that much because I always forget. But Truth's record, I believe, is the same as John Morrison's. If we check Morrison's here. Morrison's is 3-6, counting, well, in total, tag teams and singles matches. Truth's record is 2-6. So one of our Truth's victories here in Nearest Mode have been against Sheamus for the nicest title. And then his other victory has probably been against, I don't know when, but whatever. Bottom line, Truth is 2-6. Well, Miz, he currently rocks a record of 11-5. I believe The Miz actually has the most matches in Nearest Mode. Second is McIntyre, I believe. McIntyre is 9-3. Jericho is 7-3. So yes, Drew McIntyre. Yeah, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre with 12 matches under his belt. Miz with 16. So Miz has the most matches here in Nearest Mode. And I believe the most wins was 6 more wins than losses. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The Miz actually doing pretty well for himself. So he has the most matches in Nearest Mode so far, 11-5. Just shows how good he has been. Of course, one of those losses been to Sheamus for the nicest title at Extreme Rules. So yeah, which was one hell of a match. If you ask me, Miz actually he showed almost of a different attitude almost by not giving up. Took a whole lot of Sheamus, a whole lot of moves by Sheamus to actually keep Miz down for the 3 count. At the end of the day, Sheamus did prevail though. But Miz at the same night, of course, because Miz did work double duty. Miz did retain the Unified Tag titles against, I believe, actually R-Truth and John Morrison. So there you go, kind of interesting history. Anyway, now it's me going back into his matchup here. Well, Truth could actually tie his tag team partner's record. So if Truth gets a victory here tonight against The Miz, he will now be 3-6. So there you go, and Miz will now go down into 11-7. Although if Miz wins this one, then he will be 12-6. So anyway, now Miz here has the leg catching the elbow shortly after, and now Truth, well, go behind here by Miz, looking for a big victory, big momentum booster to set him up for Night of Champions. Of course, in the previous installment of SmackDown, Miz did, I believe, get a victory over Tyson Kidd, weirdly enough, because Miz is no longer in the tag team with Chris Jericho, so equals that Jericho and Miz can actually no longer appear on SmackDown because they are not a tag team. But I still believe that Miz, well, I don't know, he just appeared. Management just said, well, here, have a match on SmackDown, and it was against one half of the Unified Tag Team Champions in Tyson Kidd. Of course, Miz did lose to the Hart Dynasty in the first place last week on Raw to end things off in our main event. After a very chaotic Raw, might I say so as well. So far, it hasn't been all that crazy besides the Sheamus attack. But hopefully we don't get anything too crazy here tonight because we still got the cena stuff to come in the main event. And not to mention, we're actually going to have, well, Crime Time. Well, they're actually going to say something later on tonight. They're scheduled for a backstage interview. Shall see how that goes. Not sure if they're going to have a matchup or not, though. But, yeah, shall see. Anyway, now Miz got to a 5 count to let it go. Let's go at 2. Surprisingly enough, I would like to think the Miz will actually use the whole 4 count, at least, to his advantage. And when now, but Miz gets back suplexed for his troubles. So maybe using that count a little longer could have actually helped because now Truth on a big roll. Well, not really, but gonna try again a big roll here. And this could actually be it here. Well, back suplex, that could actually be the beginning of some major momentum for Truth heading into, well, not really sure if he's going to be booked or not, but yeah, he's probably not going to be booked. Not really any title matches going on for Truth and Morrison, but yeah, I don't know, it could be. So far, we don't really know who's going to challenge the Hart Dynasty for Unified Tag Team Championships. So we got, well, we pretty much got next week's episode of Raw and the episode 2 weeks from now to see what happens. Anyway, now Miz here taking down Truth, yanking his chest and his neck across the second rope. Very smart on the part of the Miz right there. Well, Miz has some incredible moves in his arsenal that he could, of course, use to his advantage, but Truth has some nice maneuvers of his own. Taking him down. We saw Melina do that plenty of times. in the past, and of course earlier on tonight here in the matchup against Natalya. And we now Miz here. Gonna send Truth into the corner. The former United States champion is in trouble. The former 7-day title run of Truth, but yeah. Hey, he still held the title. He was good enough to defeat Sheamus once. Not good enough to defeat him twice though. But hey, whatever. Not to mention John Morrison, ironically enough, has also lost to Sheamus on 2 occasions. First one being in the United States Championship. Chacha, what the hell, Truth? The Hurricanrana got the legs. I didn't really say anything about it. I wasn't expecting Truth to get. I was expecting the Miz to kick out. But no, our Truth out of nowhere catches Miz off guard, I guess, and Truth celebrated, and rightfully so. Our Truth with a victory, and Miz, he can't believe it. The Miz, he's stunned. Everyone in this arena here tonight at Raw is stunned. Our Truth, the former United States champion, just when I was talking ill of him, well, he gets the victory. Of course, Morrison lost a week. Well, it doesn't really matter. I was going to say stuff and connecting the dots of Truth and Morrison losing Sheamus, both of which twice for the nicest title, but whatever. Truth, big victory for him tonight, and now Miz, he's not too happy. But wait, what the hell? Jericho run to the ring. Miz, he was getting ready to say something, but now Chris Jericho in the ring. Both these two men face to face, not coming to blows. Surprisingly, can we get a camera on them, please? Something's about to happen. And well, Miz, he was getting ready to say something, but Jericho has a mic of his own, and well, Miz, he's not too happy to see Jericho here. Miz, off an embarrassing loss. Well, not really embarrassing, but he's off a loss, and now Jericho mocking him, and Miz, oh, there we go. Jericho not gonna let Miz be able to complete where he was gonna say, and Jericho saying that's retribution for this past Thursday on Superstars. Y2J will prevail at Night Champions. Well, we shall see. Things have definitely gotten a little more interesting between these two. But however, let's let that not distract you from your main event. Triple H and John Cena definitely gonna be one hell of a contest. Definitely gotta think WWE Champion Randy Orton is gonna be lurking in the shadows. He's going to be waiting. He's gonna be preparing for Cena and his lackeys to definitely attack him, wherever it's backstage, wherever it's I don't know, maybe in the ring some way somehow. But ladies and Randy Orton, he's definitely gonna be watching with a very close eye. That will be your main event later on tonight in the next couple of moments. But first off, we need to go backstage. Todd Grisham, he's gonna interview 2 of 3 of Cena's lackeys. He's gonna be interviewing Crime Time. Here we go now, Todd Grisham. Welcome to Crime Time, the newly reunited Crime Time. Well, Jeremy's have broke up. Crime Time, they've reunited, but not in the way many people will expect. And we're now JTG here. Well, Shad, gonna immediately give it a Shad here, and Shad, he's gonna face up against Dave Hart Smith, and I have to think that has to be next because there's only 2 matches left. And well, there you go. Yep. It'll happen, and well, Shad, going on to further explain here, that would be horrible if this happens. Jackson, United States Champion, Crime Time hold the tag titles, and Cena with the WWE title. That will further prove their stranglehold on Monday Night Raw. And Todd, well, another quick interview with Todd Grisham. Todd not really getting all the lengthy interviews here tonight. His was quickly over. Crime Time's is quickly over. Well, there you go. Short, sweet, and simple, and now time for one-on-one action, I guess. As now Dave Hart Smith already making his way to the ring, one half of the Unified Tag Team Champions, the Hart Dynasty, new Unified Tag Team Champs. Won it last week against Jeremiz. Tyson Kidd, Dave Hart Smith, well deserved for the both of them. And well, hopefully that reign does come crashing down at Night of Champions. I want them to have a very lengthy run. Probably the best tag team in US mode currently, if you ask me. Although Jeremiz held the titles the longest and DX were the first tag team champions. But I would like to think Hart Dynasty, they are the best tag team. I would like to think so. Hopefully at Night of Champions, depending if they face off against Crime Time or maybe, who knows, maybe even a different tag team. But I would like to think hopefully they could win. And we now Dave Hart Smith already in the ring, holding both the WWE Tag Team title and the World Tag Team title, of course, which was what makes them unified. Well, Shad, he will be up next. 2 of the bigger men of their respective teams. Shad, of course, the big guy in Crime Time, D.H. Smith, bigger than Tyson Kidd as well. Well, Tyson Kidd and JHG, more of like, you know, the high-flying, athletic type. Anyway, now here comes Shad Gaspard, making his way down to the ring, getting ready to face off against David Hart Smith, and well, David Hart Smith looking for him, and we've seen this so many times. It's all so familiar. Shad gonna hesitate, and now, yep, there he is. There he is. The cheap shot, and it connects the lariat. And this matchup could immediately be over. What else would you expect from John Cena, from Ezekiel Jackson, from Primetime? What else would you expect from these four at this point? Of course, Shad would do this. And now we're going to send David Hart Smith into the ring apron here. Shad's now done doing the damage. But see right there, David Hart Smith. Nice strike, and it did daze Shad for a while right there. But Shad answers back with a strike of his own. David Hart Smith, he's not going to give up yet. He's not going to lose that quickly here in this matchup. As now elbow connects right there. Right to the arm. And now David Hart Smith not looking to lose here. He's looking for a victory. And now, gets knocked over by Shad right there. I thought he's not even at ringside at this point. And we're now multiple strikes here by Shad. And now, major one, but it's missed. Lucky enough, because, that did look like it was going to hurt. It looked like it was going to perhaps knock D.H. Smith's head off at this point. But now, he's giving Shad one hell of a fight. Definitely, I think Shad does have the power advantage, which, indeed, he does. And now going to wrench on neck low. So far, hasn't really been a good night for Cena's lackeys. Last week, it was a decent night. Because, of course, we did have that whole thing. They got the one-up on Sheamus. They were not able to get the one-up on Randy Orton, though. And here tonight, well, Sheamus got the one-up on them. So maybe will it be vice versa? Can they get the one-up on the most important one, being Randy Orton here tonight? And maybe against, well, one half of the Unified Tag Team Champions and David Hart Smith here tonight. And when now shoulder block right there. Just charging through D.H. Smith. But now Smith trying to fight back here. Not able to. Never mind, getting sent to the corner. So far it's back and forth here. But I worry if Shad can just get that one big maneuver. Can he just take complete control of the rest of this matchup? So far, David Hart Smith not going to let that happen. He's doing his best to not let that happen. And now D.H. Smith going to send Shad to the outside. And yes. Takes him down. And Shad taking a nasty land. Still holding on to his back after that one. D.H. Smith could use it to his advantage, but no, knee right to the gut is able to connect. Back and forth between these two men. So far, no one has really been taking the upper hand of this matchup. Both of these men just nailing the punches at the same time, but Shad able to get the distance with the kick. Maybe D.H. Smith could go for a count-out victory. There is no shame in that, to be fair. And now both men getting back to that ring count 5. That could also not happen. And now, well, here we go again to the outside. Once more, elbow right there. Probably into a shoulder blade connected. Bottom line, it was an awkward connection either way. And Shad getting sent to the outside. D.H. Smith happy about that one, rightfully so. Shad not too happy about that one. And now going to take him down. Devastating clothesline. Almost taking the head of D.H. Smith completely off of his shoulders. Of course, later on tonight, and by later on tonight, actually made up next, in the next couple moments after this matchup, John Cena, Triple H, 1-on-1. Those two will meet. That should definitely be a good contest. See right there, another clothesline right here by D.H. Smith. It's working wonders here at this point, but raking the eyes by Shad. Doing anything he can to get the upper hand, because at this point it's back and forth. No one's really been getting the upper hand. Samoan drop. Maybe it could be Shad, though. After the raking the eyes and now the Samoan drop, this could fully be it. Maybe not. D.H. Smith still fighting. Definitely, I think it's tag team partner Tyson Kidd watching backstage, along with Shad's respective partners. Well, mostly JHG, but of course Cena and Ezekiel Jackson backstage. And we now kick right there by D.H. Smith. And now going to rebound him. Gets an elbow to connect. Nicely done on the part of David Hart Smith. One half of the Unified Tag Team Champions. Shad now has him here. And now kick right to a gut. Double X handle right to a back shortly after. And a clothesline right to the back of the head. What a combination. Drilling down D.H. Smith. Truly was an amazing combination. So Shad, that could be the key here to getting victory over David Hart Smith. But nope, not gonna happen. David Hart Smith, I swear, just coming out of so many amazing maneuvers that Shad has done to him. But no, Shad's not gonna let that happen. This truly is a back and forth contest. This is hard hitting. This is a pretty good matchup between these two. I guess I could say impromptu, or at least I didn't know what's gonna happen. But it's happening, and it's pretty good. And Shad now, well, just gonna duck from David Hart Smith's elbow. Once again, of course, it connected to a shoulder blade a couple seconds ago before. But Shad was able to get out of the way of that one. And now Shad here gonna send David Hart Smith, rebounds him. Never mind, takes him down shortly after. Shad looking for a victory. Definitely got to think. Shad wins here tonight. Crime Time gets a title opportunity at Night of Champions. I would like to think that could happen, but maybe if David Hart Smith wins, then... Well, if he does win, then I definitely got to think that does not happen. And when now, knee right to the gut. Shad looking for some separation to take him down with an STO. And now, well, D.H. Smith, he's dazed, but he's not out. Zoned onto his abdomen, he is hurt here. And now charging it up and takes down Shad to the outside. He goes, bounces off the barricade chest first as well. David Hart Smith on a roll here on Raw. Taunting away, trying to get some more energy back into him. Trying to get the crowd more hyped up. There's a pretty good matchup between these two. So rightfully so. And when now D.H. Smith going to get kicked in the stomach for his troubles, and Shad going to shrug him off right there. And now Shad here, well, these two men just trying to nail each other with good maneuvers. So far, these two men have fallen down. And, well, that's it. I see right there, that weird spine buster. Shad has done that in the past in ECW and now in Raw. And now what the hell? Tyson Kidd looking to help out his tag team partner. Of course, David Hart Smith did this last week. STO right there by Shad. Well, he did this past Friday on SmackDown. Tyson Kidd, not a disqualification for him. Sending Shad back inside the ring. Only if you hit your opponent, it will count as a disqualification for Tyson Kidd at least. Tyson Kidd just simply sent back inside the ring. So, not disqualification. Of course, when The Miz defeated Tyson Kidd this past Friday on SmackDown, we did have David Hart Smith in the last second run down and try and help out Tyson Kidd or distract Miz or something. I don't know why or what for, but yeah. And David Hart Smith was too late because as soon as he done that, The Miz had already did its skull crushing finale and 4-3 count against Tyson Kidd. But now Tyson Kidd looking to repay the failed favor of David Hart Smith by coming down the ringside to look out for his tag team partner. But will that really work? Is he going to get in the mind of Shad? Hopefully so. Can't really think of a world where any of these four men, Crime Time, Ezekiel Jackson, or John Cena, hold the title here. Because that further proves their reign of terror over Raw gets, it gets somewhat higher. It gets one step further into completion. Cena, WWE Champion, Jackson, United States Champion, Crime Time, Unified Tag Team Champions. That would definitely be a dark day for Monday Night Raw. They'll just run Rampage over Monday Night Raw, which so far, they've been doing their best to. After last week, they did a pretty good job attacking Sheamus. And, well, Randy Orton was able to get one up on them, but maybe not tonight. Randy Orton not scheduled for a matchup here tonight, but I don't know. Not really sure if we can see him or not. Not really too sure, but maybe, just maybe Orton could play into a role here tonight. Cena faces up against Triple H in a matter of moments after this matchup. I won't be surprised if Orton once again catches Cena with an RKO out of nowhere. And we're now Shad here, just toying around with David Hart Smith with that shoulder block. Once again, I swear, I keep saying this every time for this matchup, but it's back and forth. It really is impressive of how much these two just want in a matter to, well, basically change the picture of Night of Champions as we know it. See right there, power slam. Devastating. Shad caught him mid-run, and all the momentum used against David Hart Smith, but once again not going down, fighting back here, and a power slam of his own. That's how Randy Orton defeated John Cena at the Bash in Underwoman fashion, but that could actually be it here, and it is. A power slam puts down Cena and his lackeys once again. David Hart Smith, the victory over Shad. What a matchup that was. Incredible. Back and forth all over the place. Moments where I thought Shad was going to win, moments where I thought David Hart Smith was going to win, and now what's this? D.H. Smith extending the hand, rightfully so, and of course Shad's not going to take it. D.H. Smith, I don't think that was so smart on your part. Not the smartest thing you've done. Well, Shad, he really has nothing to be ashamed about, but, the new attitude of, well, all of Cena's lackeys. Just helping out Cena, I guess, and, well, that's really to be expected from Shad at this point. Anyway, here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Main event time, man. Here he comes, the leader. Well, I guess the former leader of the C Nation. course, C Nation was originally Cena and the fans. At this point, it's just Cena and his lackeys, basically. So John Cena here tonight, gonna be in the main event of Raw. Most likely where he feels like he should be put in the card every week in the main event. Last week, that match against Santino really did piss Cena off. He thought he needed better competition. Especially got mad when he realized that Santino came down into the ring mocking Cena's old entrance. Had the hat, drew the hat, did his taunt, the running down to the ring, the running off the ropes. He did everything that the old John Cena used to do. Cena, as see right now, of course, carried himself a different way as he did at the Bash. It's very weird seeing him carry himself this way at the Bash. Of course, the first time we saw it, and then we saw it last week on Raw, and now we see it once again here in Dallas, Texas, this week. So Cena heads to the ring to go to war with the game Triple H, who last time we saw him was in Go Home Show of Raw, facing off against Edge in the matchup in which Triple H did lose. So not going off with too much of a great momentum. But yeah, anyway, the game looking to get back on track, looking to get back in the title picture. Hasn't really been in the title picture besides, of course, holding the Unified Tag Team Championships with Shawn Michaels. Of course, D-Generation X, first ever Unified Tag Team Champions in the Zero Smelt. Sadly enough, they did lose it at Backlash to Jericho, so they did not hold those tag titles for too long. But yeah, so the game is here tonight, the main event of Raw. And at this point, I'm pretty sure Cena's lackeys, they're done for the night. Won't be surprised if they make another appearance though, so technically probably not really done for. JHG, he hasn't really made an appearance at all. So, knock on wood, hopefully, he is not here tonight and he has not ruined this main event. Like what Ezekiel Jackson did last week in JHG's matchup against Sheamus. But maybe it was for the better, because as much as I hate to say this, JHG was probably going to win the United States Championship. But no, the plan was to make Jackson able to take down Sheamus, able to play some mind games, of course. And those mind games have, of course, led to a matchup at Night of Champions in the next couple of weeks. So it's been nicely played by Jackson. And Crime Time at this point, they probably might not get title opportunities. There's still 2 more weeks until Night of Champions, so there's still plenty of time, of course. 2 more episodes of Raw, 2 more episodes of SmackDown. Well, not really. 3 more episodes of SmackDown, 3 more episodes of Superstars, 2 more episodes of Raw to really get that title shot. And Triple H, of course, the iconic entrance. The game is here tonight in Dallas, Texas, and he's looking for a victory over the new attitude of John Cena. Of course, Triple H I would like to think Triple H would definitely enjoy kicking Cena's ass here tonight. Because, of course, in that number 1 contenders matchup, the Raw after Extreme Rules, we did have the triple threat number 1 contenders, in which, well, of course, John Cena did win. After a matchup, he did attack Michaels, which led to that whole thing. John Cena attacking Michaels is something we definitely never see Cena do. We never saw Cena do something like that in a very long time. It's been years. It's been like maybe since 2003. It's been a couple of years since Cena did do that. It was surprising to see him do that to Shawn. And well, Triple H not going to take that too lightly on Cena attacking his best friend. So Triple H looking for retribution here tonight. And he could also, if he defeats John Cena here tonight, then maybe he could also get a future WWE title opportunity. You defeat the number 1 contender or the champion, then yeah, you get that. Which is why Rey Mysterio this Friday on SmackDown will he challenge? No, he will not. Never mind. Well, in the next couple weeks, I should say. Maybe it could happen this Friday on SmackDown. But Rey Mysterio is going to get an Intercontinental opportunity against Drew McIntyre. Because, of course, Go Home edition of SmackDown before the Bash, we did have Rey Mysterio defeat number 1 contender Dolph Ziggler. Of course, at the Bash, Ziggler came up short. So, yeah. Maybe it could be this Friday on SmackDown. So far, I haven't really been given word. But it could happen. Rey will get a shot against McIntyre for the Intercontinental in the next couple weeks. Maybe it'll even be at the Bash. Maybe Ziggler's wishes will not come true for another shot. Ziggler's rematch clause came at the Bash, so Ziggler technically should not get another shot, but we shall see. Anyway, that's SmackDown stuff. We need to go into some more deeper manner here on Raw. See what they're seeing and taking down. So Triple H here gonna send Cena off the ropes. Never mind, Cena gonna stop in his tracks. John Cena and Triple H, two definitely no strangers to each other. Have faced up against each other. Well, a couple of times. Each time it's been a hard-hitting contest. It's been an amazing contest. So here tonight, even with a new attitude of John Cena, I will expect pretty much nothing less. And now see what our Cena sweeping the leg right there of Triple H. Nicely done on the part of John Cena. I have to at least admit that. As much as I hate praising this man now as of late, I have to admit that Cena still is he's a good wrestler for more than people give him credit for. Of course, last week that was one of the main reasons why Cena's turned a new leaf. The fans, pretty much majority of the fans, they've gone against Cena, so Cena just decided to go against them himself. So no more smiling John Cena all over the place, no more holding in that emotion, no more smiling, trying to kiss up to the fans, or anything like that. John Cena is a new man, and he has three other basically bodyguards to back him up, to take over, to have a quote-unquote stranglehold of Monday Night Raw. And, well, won't be surprised if that is to happen in the next couple of weeks, because so far they've been pretty 50-50, though. Like, on one occasion, they're able to get an upper hand. On the other occasion, it's like, eh. For example, last week, got the one-up on Sheamus. But also last week, Randy Orton was able to RKO Cena out of nowhere after Cena's matchup with Santino. And this week, Sheamus gets the one-up on Jackson. And not to mention, David Hart Smith. Basically, the Hart Dynasty, they get the one-up on Crime Time. And here tonight, so maybe it could actually be a full loss for John Cena here tonight. But we shall see. And now full loss as in Cena losing this matchup, but full loss as in not being able to get the one-up on anyone. Last week it was just against Sheamus. This week it hasn't been no one. But anyway, continuing on here, as Cena now going to Central Blade drop the ropes, takes him down. Well, a hip toss. Gets the distance and, well, misses the shoulder block there. Cena needs to be careful to not get disqualification, but I'm pretty sure he won't really mind that all that much, as he gets a knee right to the face for his own troubles. Triple H, come on. Beat John Cena here tonight, and, well, maybe it could be Triple H and Randy Orton for the title. Orton and Triple H, they have a lot of history, and I'm pretty sure Orton Ray does not want to admit all the past stuff he's done in Triple H before. And, well, definitely could get a little awkward at times, especially since Orton has turned a new leaf of his own. One of where, he's a fan favorite at this point. The 2008 Orton, the Orton that we had 2 and 3 years ago, it's not the same Orton that we have currently. The Orton back then, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the one that kicked John Cena's father in the head, that's not the same Orton as today. The one that, well, basically punted Vince McMahon in the head, and, well, of course, did the vintage Orton DDT onto Triple H's wife, Stephanie, and everything else, including to also Batista and Shane McMahon, to try and hurt Triple H for the WWE Championship in the past, 2 or 3 years ago. That's not the same Orton as today. So, Orton is different, Cena is different, and the landscape of Raw has definitely changed. For the better or for the worse, I have no idea. Well, for the better, because we have a fighting champion like Randy Orton. For the worst, though, because now we have Cena and 3 others looking to take control of Monday nights. Well, pretty much the same story with Orton and Legacy. But now, of course, DiBiase was in ECW, and along with Cody Rhodes. But now, since ECW is dead, Cody's been sent back to SmackDown. DiBiase's been sent back to Raw. Both of them haven't really been showcased all that much. Maybe they could have a matchup on Superstars. I have no idea. We shall see in the next couple weeks to what they're really doing at this point. Because in ECW, DiBiase was occupied. He even got an ECW title opportunity at one point. But yeah. And we're now continuing on. In this matchup here, Cena now has him. Fisherman just gonna launch him. That was gonna be a Fisherman suplex, which we're always used to seeing Cena do the Fisherman suplex, but no, it's just a Fisherman throw. I really have no idea what you could really call that maneuver, but it's a Fisherman variation, not a Fisherman buster, but it's something. And Triple H, well, he's gonna try to get a breather after that one. Maybe lured Cena to the outside, so maybe this could work out Triple H's advantage. So far, not really. And when now Triple H can answer back with a kick of his own. Johnson and Triple H need to definitely watch out for a count out here, although they have to the count of 10, up to the count of 4 here, so they've got enough time as Triple H misses the chop right there. Both these two men just blocking each other, blocking each and every maneuver, and Cena gonna get sent back inside the ring, and Triple H gonna go back inside the ring himself. And now, Hunter sends Cena onto the ring apron. Triple H charges it up, and to the outside he goes. It didn't work out for Melina earlier on in the night. It's not going to work out for Triple H here tonight. It did work out for, I believe, David Hart Smith earlier on in the night, though. And now Cena, what the hell? We saw Goldust. We saw that happen to Goldust. We saw Ezekiel Jackson do that to Goldust weeks and weeks back on Superstars. Back when both Goldust and Jackson were still on ECW before the inevitable death of ECW. And well, before Jackson was associated with Cena in Crime Time. Although Jackson still had a couple of tag team matches with Shad against Finley and Goldust. Singles matches and tag matches. Varying from the 4. Anyway, now. Yeah, varying from those 4. Anyway, going back into this Raw contest here is now Cena and Triple H gonna race back inside the ring, and Cena has the upper hand here. Yes, he does. Takes him down, incredible hip toss. Triple H still gonna fight back here. And Triple H, he's hurting. He's hurting. Cena's done enough damage here. And now here we go. Fisherman suplex. There we go. Has him in the middle of the ring. Triple H, he's struggling. Can this be it? No. 2 count. Very close to 2 count. Seen Cena do that many occasions. Now low threats press into some mounted punches shortly after. John Cena on the roll here. Once again, I hate admitting the good stuff that this man's doing. Especially because, well, not back then I wouldn't mind saying it. I believe Cena doesn't really deserve all the hate that he gets. Sure, it is fun to hate him, but when you really do, maybe he doesn't deserve it all that much. But at this point, never mind. He now deserves all of that. Well, it's just a way to try and go ahead. It's just a way to try and get ahead here in front of everyone else. Cena wasn't really doing nothing else until he won that number 1 contenders matchup. That really could have been it. But after that, he decided to just add an extra blow and attack Michael shortly after. And then the rest is history, as all has led to this moment. Across, I believe, 5 or 6 weeks, it's led to this point. Then when Cena here punching down, Triple H looking to wear him down here. Triple H has been taking a whole lot of damage in this matchup. And he's feeling the effects of it. I see right there, jawbreaker by John Cena. And now Cena here gonna set him up. Don't really know what for. Camel clutch. Melina got a victory against Natalya with this maneuver earlier on in the night. Not going to do the same here because Triple H is a tough SOB. So that's not going to be enough. Another hip toss. Cena just always gets enough elevation in those hip toss. A lot of elevation, I should say. And it really is taking a toll on Triple H at this point. And now collar and elbow tie up here between the two. Kind of weird to do it midway through this matchup, but hey, whatever it takes. Triple H perhaps getting a little desperate because this new attitude of John Cena probably comes with more strength at this point. Maybe Cena's just more unstoppable. We have a bigger Super Cena than we have ever had. At this point, I see right there, Cena misses where he was going for. Triple H sidesteps it, but I don't think he's going to sidestep this, because now John Cena here has him, and another Fisherman suplex. And now JTG here run down to the ring, and this is not good, and he's in the ring. He's in the ring. And JTG, he hit Triple H. That's going to be a disqualification. These two men are mugging Triple H. Seemed like last week with JTG and Ezekiel Jackson attacking Sheamus. We now have John Cena and JTG attacking Triple H here tonight. Cena, he's taunted away. He's happy. JTG's doing his job for him. This is a disqualification. So Triple H, he's going to win this matchup by disqualification. So this is a loss in the record books for Cena. It's a win in the record books for Triple H. But at this point, at what cost? Because now Triple H, while he's gotten the win here tonight, the referee trying his best in his ability to just try to break up these two, but he's going to get hurt. He knows he's going to get hurt. And now JTG here, Snapmare. Well, JTG didn't really have a big role here tonight on Raw until now. Helping out Cena to attack Triple H, and there we go. John Cena using JTG's attack, using his help to his advantage. Disqualification victory. This is a disgraceful way to end things off on what was a great main event. This was a pretty good main event between these two men. And now JTG, he's ruined it, and I don't think Cena really minds. After the 5-knuckle shuffle leads this. Here we go. Formerly known as the Attitude Adjustment, but now Cena's going to call it back to an old friend of his. So I guess at this point we're going to have to call it the FU for what it once was called. Well, there you go. This leaves a bad taste in my mouth. JHG and John Cena ruining the main event here tonight. Triple H wins by disqualification, but once again, at what cost? Because JTG runs down to a ring. As soon as he laid his hands, as soon as he was able to catch Triple H square in the face with that punch, that was the disqualification. Wasn't major, but then the rest of it shortly followed was definitely major. So there we go. Johnson and JTG, they're celebrating here. It's disgusting. What now? This episode of Raw's not done yet. We need to go backstage. Here we go. Oh, but wait a second. Maybe it's not so bad. Because now that I see what's actually happening here, Randy Orton, the WWE Champion, finally makes an appearance here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Maybe it's not so bad here. I did say with that, well, Cena, something along the lines of getting the upper hand here tonight. John Cena's lackeys have not really done that besides here tonight. Tag team wise, not really. United States Championship wise, not really. But here tonight, they were able to get the one up, well, at least against one person, and that was Triple H. But now Randy Orton, he's not going to let Raw end on a bad note. He's going to end things off on a good note, and now going to send Shad into the TV. Where the hell is Ezekiel Jackson? I have no idea. All I know is that I'm glad he's not there, and the WWE Champion Randy Orton attacking one of Cena's buddies. Shad, after a great matchup against D.H. Smith, and well, in the locker room area, perhaps getting ready to leave, and Randy Orton, he was lurking. He was lurking, and he was ready, and now just attacking JHG here. Not JHG, Shad. And Cena and JHG, I'm not really sure. Well, they're not on the ramp. I see right there, powerbomb. They're not on the ramp. They're backstage. I'm not sure if they even know about this ordeal or not. And Randy Orton, the RKO. It connects. The Viper strikes here tonight on Monday Night Raw live in Dallas. And Orton now, well, he's getting the mic, grabs the WWE title. And Orton now, well, into the camera he goes. And whether or not if John Cena, JHG, or Ezekiel Jackson, or all of them, whether or not if they are hearing this, Randy Orton send a statement at Night Champions, the Venom will be enough to end John Cena. Major statement made by the WWE Champion here tonight. He's ready, and come on. Once again, here we go. We have to go into a different area. Raw's still not done yet. And well, seems like we're in the parking lot. This episode of Raw is not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. As now, here we go. Kofi Kingston and Edge backstage. Edge has really been a major part of Raw ever since, well, losing his match by Extreme Rules, failing to win the WWE Championship from Randy Orton months back. And now DDT taking on Kofi. And well, of course, if we did see the latest installment of SmackDown, we did see Kofi Kingston did defeat Zack Ryder in a backstage brawl, which made Kofi the new hardcore champion. So Kofi, with the 24/7 title defense rule, he is of course in SmackDown, but when you have the hardcore title and when you're in a tag team, you could be anywhere, Raw and SmackDown, depending even if you're not even a superstar of that show. But ladies and gentlemen, here tonight, Edge wants to make the most of his opportunity, and Edge is attacking Kofi backstage. Edge wants to at least win one title, and that title is going to be the hardcore title. Kofi just gets knocked out right there. Those devastating just shots with a fire extinguisher right across the head, and I believe right to the back of the head. Kofi, he's not even getting up. Edge was waiting for Kofi to get up, perhaps going to charge up like a spear or something, but, well, Edge is going to have to pick Kofi up by himself. Kofi is probably out cold here. Not sure how long this fight's been going on. Probably has been going on ever since the beginning of the John Cena and Triple H main event match. Not really too sure. What I do know is that Raw is not done yet. We thought after that attack, we thought after JHG helped John Cena to just cripple, to just try just demolish Triple H. We thought after that, we thought Raw was over. But nope, we had the Randy Orton attack, luckily enough, because it would have been a nice ending to Raw. And, well, after that, we all thought that was going to be the end. But no, Raw's still not over, and more chaotic than last week, as Edge and Kofi looking to either retain or win the hardcore title here tonight on Edge. Well, Edge is looking to win the title respectively himself. And now he's doing a pretty good job of keeping Kofi down in the parking lot. Of course, this previous Friday on SmackDown, we saw Kofi attack Zack Ryder. Well, not really attack. It was actually Ryder that attacked Kofi. They had a conversation backstage. We didn't know what they were saying. But either way, Ryder, he cheap shot at Kofi. And then they just fought backstage. Or in the parking lot, this same parking lot, for the hardcore title. And here tonight, it's happening once again. This time it's Edge and Kofi. Ryder is a part of Raw, so I'm not sure if he's going to join in on the fray or not. And Kofi once again is knocked out. And Edge, he wants to charge up the spear. You could tell he's looking for the spear. It's in his eyes. The look is in his eyes. He wants to hit the spear, but Kofi's not even getting up. And Edge, he's going to have to take advantage at this point. Edge realizes he can't just wait forever to do a spear because Kofi's getting more and more energy as we speak. And what the hell? Taking Kofi down, a flatliner basically. And yep, I'm pretty sure that's it. Edge is the new hardcore champion. What a chaotic Monday Night Raw. Well, it's finally over. Good night, everyone, from Dallas.